Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Was that to me, or were you saying?
I just said, play dirty. You kind of like these ultimate decks.
Keep. Oh, well, you go first.
2.
Keep.
Hey, you're gonna learn, right? You're the right way.
Draw stuff. Level up. Play. Pass. When this is defending, I can drop the upgrade deck for 4K. Start battle phase, I can ask for 1K.
Drop for 4K, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, level.
And when this breaks a gate, drop the top of my deck.
And that rest to give everybody
1K.
1K. Woof.
So
Alright.
if you think about it, Sharpedo is just if you take a shark and you cut it in half, you take the front half. That's Sharpedo. Because it has no tail time to remember. It's just the rocket.
You know, that 3 for setup, that works really well. That's a real thinker.
Yeah, for the longest time I thought it was but now
Because I only get one attack, so it saves you gates for later. That's real good stuff. Alright.
At first I thought it was but now that I've been using it more, it actually works out way more often than I thought it would. I'll
so
ask for 1K all.
I'm going here.
Okay, pass.
Pass. Dumped. Alright, go ahead.
Draw stuff. Level up.
That's the thing that kills me. It's like, what? Okay. I mean, like, are these all the things Froki said?
For you, when this is attacking, drop the top from a deck for plus 2K.
So defense.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
For wins defending.
Right.
Great.
Stock and draw. So why do you break the center gate? I've seen you do that.
Because with the center gate, it means that any 2 territory things would go there or there, so I can still always attack it.
So if they're here or here, you can attack as to the front.
Yeah.
If they're here or here, you can attack.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Did I? Well, I did all that talking. Start with 5.
Yeah, 5,
7.
7.
This brings me down to 5. And then you didn't do anything. And then
Yeah, so
then draw, stock. So I only drew 1.
yeah.
And I stalked 1.
You didn't stop on this one because that was from the gate. So
Okay,
you
so
have
I
to draw
have-
1 and stop.
I've only drawn 1. Okay, so draw. Stock.
The other thing that
No. This card is from the draw from this.
Oh.
Draw, stock.
Right,
5
right,
cards, 2 down. 5 cards at 7, 5 to 2 down. 6 from that, 7, 8 from the draw. We're good. We're
The other
good.
thing that I was finding out from comp rules being out is
Yeah.
there's a check time between draw 2 and stock 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which
Oh.
means
So draw, stock is draw, refresh penalty,
Yeah.
stock. Yeah. Only just half the battle. I gotta level up. I'm gonna level up that there.
No, go ahead. Go play.
Alright, let's go. So that's a 7, possibly 9. That's a 9.
That's a 9, and that's a 8.
8.
Let me get my stuff out.
Wow. How do I defend? How do I do this? Alright, so this is rescue something 1,000.
Oh wait, you forgot to
Okay.
your press cards too.
Could be an 8. I wonder if it's good to play something here so that I.
Is this your deck?
Let's do that.
No.
Is this your
Alright.
deck? Do you mind if I do it?
So that's gonna be a 9.
Yeah.
Alright. So let's just go. What's that do?
When this breaks the gate, I can drop the top right of my deck.
But it's an interceptor. Alright, break.
Stop 1, draw 1.
And then behind it.
Stop 1, drop 1, draw 1.
Go ahead.
Stand, draw, stop. We will. Level up.
How are you guys doing? Here, could you scoot your chair, please? Taking it over half. That's a nostalgic hit, though.
Chance. Whoops.
Okay,
First or second?
don't you show that card?
Nope, you don't have to.
Alright, chance into that.
That's the gate
2K.
straddler, yeah.
Yeah.
And the 3K off turn, right?
Yes.
So we have 12. Alright.
I am completely dead.
Cut.
No.
Oh,
Let's see.
It's not, it's, no, it's like it's easy. You still don't have to play.
2 attacks this turn.
No cap.
you don't understand.
Still attach energy, though.
You're not getting your bonus.
What was I thinking? I was thinking
That's
of
okay.
doing that. No,
Because
no, I was thinking I'm still
Okay, oh, I can do this. Mike City.
do that.
Go for it.
I don't like that.
You need to.
I like that though.
The gauntlet has been.
There.
And what's that, Jim?
When this is defending, I can drop the top of my deck. It's plus 2K. It's the tactics instead. It's plus 3K. Logic drive. Draw a card. Play carrying your turn.
What'd you get there?
Do that.
The biggest thing was your Team EX.
Good enough.
Yeah, out of like $8.
Okay. And so,
So
I have my own like trainer box.
what's it called?
I'll go with 11. That's punch to 1K.
Yeah. Oh, single one for 1K.
Yeah, 11 at that then.
No intercept, pass.
No, it is the actual
And then,
acrobite.
guess we'll break that.
Fuck.
I don't even know.
And turn.
Draw. Level. Alright. Trance.
Yep.
Is that really who I want to go with at 3? My alternative is, let's see, this is 8K.
And your turn.
You know what, we're gonna go with this one instead.
Alright.
Oh no, that's a 10. I get 2,000 more power out of that one. The other one is it's just pay 1, give something 1,000 when a battle starts.
Oh,
Just
okay.
no limit, well, like once per battle, but attacking, defending, have fun.
Right.
That's really good, but you know, power is power. I shuffle and spoil everything. Alright, cut.
No cut.
And that cost me 1 to play. And then let's get you out there.
Like either low to medium. Medium maybe.
Numbers.
Let's see. 12, 10, or 11. 8, 9.
Wow. Logic.
Okay.
10 or 11, 8, 9. Alright. So that's 10 or 11.
Yes.
That's 12.
Yep.
14. Run in there, break, and then nothing. We'll go there, which leaves you out. Ah, it's good. This is a good game. Alright.
Oh, that's
14.
14. Let's attack drop. Plus 2K, so 10. Draw.
For whale breed. Then you will bring back the whale.
It's 14?
Yeah.
power fight.
You'd be proud of me. I actually, oh my god. Well, I guess
So now you're beating me.
Yeah.
You're what's aura?
I'm still in aura. I'm still down on power.
All right. You know, you can do this, and you're gonna have too many of those at the end of the game and beat me anyway. But I got to. 2K aura fight, cancel.
like they collect
So,
in max. No, we are talking about orders of magnitude here.
Hey, look at me.
aura fight.
No, Billy's got one.
I got 2 others. Let me go get my shot.
2 aura.
Alright.
Oh, I know tons.
Yeah, Billy.
I organized them by subject first.
I don't, yeah, it's pretty good. I used to play it. I played back.
Go ahead, sorry.
What's your power?
I am
12.
12.
Yes.
I am 16.
14.
Well, 14 and then
Oh,
2K.
14, 2, yeah, 16.
All right.
And I'm at 11.
Oh, so anything will do. All right. I'm gonna lose everything from here on out. But, and you got a paradox up, right?
Yeah.
2K paradox cancel.
Alright.
Whoa. Wow, now you come back around. All right. Those are all huge, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to these 6s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break.
Break. Stop. Lift.
Break.
Stop.
Drop.
What? No, it doesn't.
Alright.
Go ahead.
And stop. Level up.
Oh, I'm out of stuff. Oh, man.
So does
Chance.
Oh, I think it's all areas. I only have 2.
Yeah.
Going places.
So technically, you play that there and then you chance.
Yeah.
You're good.
Alright.
Yeah. You only attach 1 energy during your turn. You get access to the list of everything you do right here. That's what's helpful about the shop.
For this,
Yep.
start about these, one hill.
You got arrested to do that?
Yes, to do that, yeah. PC. Electric drive, salvage ship.
Yeah.
So you're doing this one?
Yes.
Okay. What'd you grab? Or unlimit?
Two
Auras,
auras,
okay.
two auras.
Discard the SC card.
And then how big is everything?
12 printed.
12 printed.
I dropped my card.
Actually, I will discard.
Well, no matter what,
Play smart.
12 there?
Here?
Yes.
That's only defensive battle phase?
It can be either, but it's still a battle phase, so I'm not using it here.
Okay, so I can't use it right now, right? So it's 12 to my 12?
Yes.
Alright. Let's see here. I'm going to intercept.
Okay. Let's see. I will draw. Plus 5K.
Permutations and possible choices for
5K.
Alright. 5K.
Oh, I'm out. I can't trans. 5K. I'm winning by 5K, yep.
Alright. Okay.
At a limit?
Yeah.
Paradox.
Alright.
Can't put it down yet. I win. I win. I finally win.
Let's see. What have we got?
Now that might actually put me up to problems here. Because now it is an aura fight. Okay, just as a reminder, I may pay 3 to give this an aura when battle starts.
Alright.
Oh my gosh, I finally won! Oh, yes! What is that? Yes, I win!
No intercept, forced to pass.
Alright.
The other is there to make it easier for you to power. That's all right. Does that make sense?
Because what else? I forgot to draw.
Sure.
Take it down for the win.
And break.
I know, but it gets rid of the sheep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and my turn. It's kind of like the magic.
Alright, play this.
It gets rid of something that I your favorite. Actually, I've actually played this. I played this on Yeah.
That's when that's used to intercept, I can draw this card.
Alright.
But I still put that.
It's such a good card though.
Because you.
Here we go. Yeah. Done. Done. Draw. Stop. Level. You're expensive, so I'll level you. Alright. Logic drive. Yeah, I'll do this logic drive. Okay, cross. Let's go. Pay 1 when I play the climax, or the paradox that was out, and gets plus 5k. And then
Plenty of times to actually declare an attack. You just said end your turn. Like you've done it twice.
All right.
In the same game against
How big's that? How big's what?
After every call,
So that's
10, 10, 11.
That's 9. Right, yeah.
And then 5.
Alright, so what do I'm scared of? It's gonna be like 12. And that gets you 2 cards. Alright. So that's gonna be a 5 if it does its thing to itself.
Yeah.
Alright. What to do? What's this do?
When this is attacking, drop top from a deck for 2 cards.
Okay. Alright. Corner.
So bounce up, ask for 1k alt.
Yep.
And so this.
Yeah.
So pass.
I only got one base.
I still remember.
Oh, I
It's
don't
like,
understand.
it's just like every time I got it. I only get one base.
Cards in hand. A million.
7.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
You have to buy the that requires currency.
10. That's a 9. That's a 9. Right? That's just a 9 right now?
10.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
of the 1k from that.
Oh, what a problem. Alright.
Like the trainer ID? No.
Oh, I gotta attack up front anyway, otherwise I'd have to break this to get there. 14 here.
14 there.
Not have one period or not have
10.
It was like this.
Cards in
It was
hand.
like this.
3.
It was like this.
Alright.
So you don't have the
Tactics, 10k on defense.
Oh, man. So you're at 20 to my 14?
Yep.
Draw. Let's see how this works.
What? Terrible.
Pay 1, dump 2.
Yep.
Aura. Aura. Your turn?
Pass.
Oh, I might run my whole board out. That's just a 9, right? Or it's a 10, right?
Yeah, so 20 right now.
5k.
Alright, pass.
Man, I can lose a game like nobody's business.
Well, it's only accelerating.
Limit +2.
Pass.
If that makes sense. Because otherwise you'd never actually be accelerating. There.
That's a 8.
After the drop,
drop.
it would be 10. But currently 8, yes.
What a waste of all those. What a waste of everything. Good job. All right, pass.
Alright.
Pass. Oh my goodness.
Draw stop. Let's see. Pull up.
I hope it would be like. 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 Okay. I'm gonna play. And the question is. It's kind of like a Mario. It's kind of like a Mario. Oh yeah.
I can try to salvage 2. Salvage those 2.
Yep.
I think the new one. There's Mario Party 9. Mini game.
Alright, so let's see.
Oh my gosh. Look.
I used to play that.
Okay, so I threw one item, right? Now I
And
12, 9, and then if I play that paradox, 14. If I play one. And then the usual. When this is used to intercept, I can draw this card.
okay. And if you hand 1 level moves.
Alright, go ahead. I'm done.
11 there.
Yes.
How big is that swing for? 12?
12, yeah.
To my 12. Fair enough. Pass.
Pass.
You probably just put on that word.
No, I
Maybe I should have intercepted.
Nope. You turn the card sideways. Which it is.
12 at your 12.
Intercept.
Alright.
And pass, yeah.
Five.
Two K paradox.
Alright.
If it's heads,
So I'll put you at 14.
the easy way to remember, if it's heads, you do a good thing. If it's tails, you do a bad thing.
No, unless it says.
Generally, they'll say if you flip tails, do a bad thing. But
3 in
if you
hand.
take
3 in hand.
Oh, imagine
2 aura.
flip tails.
Okay, so I am 2 aura to your
3.
3. Alright.
If heads instead of tails,
Pay 2.
They wouldn't do that. They-
Plus 3 aura. If I'm blue, flip a card. But I'm not, so.
So that puts you at
2,
Okay, so you have a much more of a turn than I thought.
5.
5.
Is that right? 1, 2, 5 to your 3, yeah.
My 3.
That's not as good on defense as it is on offense. Because it doesn't. It isn't 2 cards.
Yeah,
you
so
know
the
what I
second
mean?
one though would be
It
huge.
would be huge. Would be huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
My last minute. Plus 2.
Pass.
That's right, yeah. That's why you stay up. You got secret from Switch is not retreating. Switch is like.
Or plus 2.
So 4 plus 2.
That's my strong. No, that's my.
1, 2,
No, it's my private.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you are attackers, so you win ties. And I know you got one, so yeah, you do.
Alright. So this is 4th gate, so this is something I'm worried about. Drake.
stock, draw 2, discard. How many get you up, bro? 4?
4, yeah.
Draw 2, discard 1.
Right. And pick.
Stock and draw. Alright, how many cards you got in hand? Okay. Draw, stock. Level. I will choose not to level. Ultra.
Laser focused on what I want to do.
So many attacks that I can't do.
That's allowed. He played a switch.
Trance.
That's going to drop them as well.
Oh, it is. Thank you. Trance.
Alright.
Take my refresh.
Alright.
I got this big.
Yeah, energy attack still?
That's nice. No, that's gonna be a 12K. What else do we got? That's right here. We're gonna go with that.
Or say that your turn is over.
Cut.
No problem.
Deploy. Deploy. Wah. Logic. Draw 2K cross turn.
Sorry, you have a muscle match, right?
When a battle starts, I can pay 1 to give something 1,000.
Okay.
And then logic drive, same as this one. Put that out. Alright, million cards in hand. 12 attacking. 14. 7. Which logic drive do you use? That
I
one.
use this one, so that's just 9.
9. That's still a 9, and that's only an 8. I could pay 1 to make it bigger. That's figured out. 14 to the corner.
Corner. 5.
You have 140.
And that makes you a 15?
Yeah.
I should pay 1. Fine.
Yeah, 3. 3 more level boost.
Yeah.
5.
5.
And paradox.
Somersault for 124.
2K cancel paradox.
Not really, just about.
Alright.
Well, if I didn't do that, I would
I can't break that gate. That's a 9. You know what's probably a good idea. I'm gonna attack here. I'm gonna pay 1. So I'm a 9.
Alright.
Oh, you got 6 projects. I like the triple lock it. I once got a triple when someone had no cards left, and then I knocked them out to acquire the chance to
5.
No, so they decked out at the start of their turn.
Am I winning?
Yes.
And I had no cards.
I'll take it. And let's break that front center. Next 3. Oh man. I got no level boost, I got nothing. You can do it.
Every time I hear
You can do it.
knockout, I just hear someone who comes on the session.
Draw. Stop. Refresh. That's the last one?
Oh yeah.
How big is that?
12. So the idea of Ashley is supposed to be, she's got the 2 level 4s. This one is the 3+X, so you get them down to 1 gate, and then you just go, ah! And then you're at 99,000 power with 2 aura, and in you go. And the other one gets, it's pay 1 when the 1 paradox is played to get 5K.
Yeah.
But I'm having a real problem in that You're good. You're good. There's a. It does do. You do get a draw from each character, but there's not a lot of for paying 1 for the power. I don't think it's sticking around a lot. Like I don't think I'm getting enough out of it. For like you pay 1 to put a bunch of these things down, and they're generally 2,000 power more. But I don't know.
Chances. When she transfers with her Covenant, if I transfer into a Tamaki, she gets plus 3 can your turn.
Oh, okay. That Tamaki does, of course.
If I clear more Tamaki and drop, Logic Drive 4K to all Tamaki.
Oh man. Uh-oh.
Oh.
You're good.
Alright. Look.
Mind if I do a Tamaki count for yeah,
There's 1.
That's 1.
Like her. Left. There's 3.
Yep.
7 more? Which one? And Logic.
Which
4.
one? Yep.
This one.
Oh, alright, so yeah.
So 4K all.
So you're 16.
Yep. That's 16 and this is 12. How big is that? 12?
12. That's 12?
This is 12, yes.
Because
4K all.
oh snap.
All cards with Tamaki is the name.
Oh no, I gotta do 2 of these.
Yeah, the fact that they can attach special energy is.
Okay. 16 there.
Oh, well, it's all. It's.
Alright, well it's not worth paying the 1 now, so we'll just go for it.
Yeah. The other thing.
16 to my 12.
The other special energy
So
playing Maxis just for that.
yeah, I better do it now than later. 5K.
Because then you
Okay.
attach these keys. Get that.
Draw.
And pass for 1.
5K.
What the but I play 1 Machamp. I think I might play a single Galley just because it's also a good
Another
in
5K.
attacker with it. But it's got to do because it's
2K and or a fight.
Okay, so that puts you at
2K. Let's see here. You're 16, my 12, so I was 4 down, 1 up, 4 down, 1 up, 4 down. Not.
okay.
I only
1 card in hand.
1 card in hand, which does not bode well for any of this.
2K Paradox.
I'd say
I'm losing right now by a minute, so 2K Paradox, and this does not work too well.
And then 12, same spot.
To my
Well, 2 or 2 or 1.
12. All right, so first things first.
1 or 2 or 2.
All right, so I'm going to pay 1 to make me 13.
Okay. Paradox.
Which puts you at 14 to my 13. I am forced to pass. Boop.
And bit.
Pop. Again! Good game.
Good game.
Oh my gosh. You know, camera on. Might as well keep going with it.
All right.
So Tamaki's obviously the defensive is really good. So something that I play that's the same level as your level is probably not going to beat you without something from my end on your turn or on my turn. So if I play something that's 0 cost and you play something that's 0 cost, I'm probably not going to win that fight.
Right.
So I either have to pay a costed character or shenanigans, and then shenanigans is shenanigans out of my hand so you don't have it later, because as referenced by the number of cards you had in the end. And that 1K global that's a real keeper.
Yeah.
Because even if they attack it itself, it still gets it off. What's going on there? It doesn't seem. I guess the longer the game goes on, the more you overwhelm them.
Yeah.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
Because I've lost a lot of games just because I lost like the first 2 turns of stuff.
So for you definitely play the 3 up right
Yes.
away, just to not lose gates early on.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
And
that's good stuff.
I've really fallen apart just from getting hit early, but once you get going, you have
Right.
a billion cards, big numbers that are free.
Cool. All right. Regarding the Ashley deck, because you seem to be doing pretty well as of late in Hammergirl, where we are. So, basic idea up top is her, which is 3+X just to power up, and then you ditch a green and a blue. Well, you ditch a monoleum green and a non-monoleum green for an aura. So you're 2 aura, 1,000,000 power on attack, which means even if they've dropped Paradox,
You're still up,
you're
yeah.
still up, and then you just outbeat them in that single fight.
Yeah.
But the problem is getting there, whereas your opponent can wear you down pretty quick.
Yeah.
There's her backup is this Logic Drive, pay 5, get rid of one of their choice lowest level dudes, which doesn't really see play unless there's a Yoshishika and nothing else out, in which case, ha ha ha. But it's pay 1 when their 2K Paradox is played to give them 5K, so it's like a 7K Paradox, so that gets ahead. But I think it's losing. The deck is losing far before it gets to the point where I can pull any of this off, and I'm not sure where to go with it. We'll set it up here. So apart from those there, and then a smattering of Monoleum Paradoxes, the deck runs the pay 1, give something 1,000 at 3. It has a Logic Drive for cross-turn 2K, but you never use it. And that seems to be working pretty good. That seems to be pretty good cost for when someone ties some of your other guys. That's a rest and give something 1,000 or 2,000 if they are. If the opponent's got a bunch of gate breaks. Free stock. We'll get to those in a second. Assorted green and blue, big power, logicalists, and foreigners. Some of them are pay 1 when this intercepts to give 2K, or draw drop when it loses, or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's an issue there. Those are supposed to be big numbers for hopefully defense, because it seems a lot of people are playing the not 6Ks on attack.
Yeah.
So the 6K, the vanilla in this game actually matters. And typical 10 and 10 of those, nothing special. And then left is more free stock. We'll get to the events in a bit. More of this here. More of these guys. Paradoxes galore. The big level 3 beater is the 10K cross 1, which is 2K cross turn.
Yeah.
Although I don't see that actually working that well by itself, because it ends up being a 12K, which is right where people seem to be coming in to attack it back.
I think if you're going first, that's a lot better, because then they're 12 to whatever their 3s are on their turn.
So you might have
But
to.
if you're going second, it's not as good, because the 4 is the 12.
So late
with
game it
assault.
isn't. So late game isn't that good. And then the pay 1 for this from that is good, but now you're spending 2 stars.
Yeah.
Why not spend a card? And the events I've been doing is the flip 2, which is I think it falls under the category of hilarious, in that one of the things I really like about the flips. I'm hoping all this, by the way, is being picked up by the mic. Otherwise, this is all worthless. Is flip 2 is anti-paradox.
Yeah.
Because flip anything, one of the worst things is to play a power tactics on your own turn that flips a paradox into an aura deck, and you're only killing yourself there.
Yeah.
But the flip 2 gets rid of paradox. Unless you hit 2, then it brings it back on your end, which is terrible, but it's not that terrible. The other thing I'm playing is the 3 aura tactic and if you're blue, it's also flip 1. So there's never going to be a blue up here.
Really good.
So it costs 2 and it's limit 1 and flip 1 for 3 aura, which is this is only an attacking card. Because if you've got 1 aura, if they drop a paradox on you, and you get 3. that's a 2 aura
that's 2
away.
aura away.
Even if
But-
you get a flip out of it, you're still paying a lot. This might as well be a 2 aura card. On attack, it's on attack because the ties matter. On attack, it seems to be a whole nother level because that's 5.
So that's 5, so they're 5. And
So maybe this is better for the full blue aura.
yeah. If it were full blue, there's a lot of blue things that just gain an aura.
Which
so
makes this
that
amazing.
makes it amazing, but
Because that changes the odd-even dynamic.
yeah.
What do you think? Where was I losing? Because in case if they didn't both work out, this is a series actually in which case Tamaki beats on my Ashley game after game after game. What's it called? Sorry about that. Sorry, I'm in people's way recording here. I'm trying to figure out what the issue is, because it's not just a straight up paper versus rock versus scissors thing. Does this need more power early on, do you think? Where is it going wrong? It's going in the long game. It looks like not only would I lose there in both the games that I've lost, it's not one bad turn that does it. It would lose the next turn, it would lose the next turn, it would lose the next turn. It's just getting out ramped by the Tamaki deck.
Yeah. I think one thing is the fact that these cost stock will eventually wear down your stock, and while there is some stock gain, which is kind of weird because the Ashley kind of needs the stock more, a lot of the stock gains in quality.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, because this gives stock on break.
Yeah.
And then there's
but then like there's things like the
rest too. Because this is a paradox combo. You
in
can do the
Quality,
rest
there's also
too.
the things like the Covenant that gives stock on for free,
yeah.
but that's quality.
So maybe this would be better suited to build as a straight Chloe deck with just this, or just if I want to go for it, if I want
because
to build
that way
a
you
deck.
can ramp up the stock early and then just dump it all late, and like or you'll have the extra stock so you can do stuff like this.
Yeah, and the double rare is good,
Yeah, definitely.
but just for the 5k. But it never seems to come around to that point. This is good as a secondary attack.
I think another thing is they're not the best things to trance into, but you could trance into these just for the free stock.
Oh, so trance into them to lose the card from hand. So when they eventually get beat, they turn into stock.
And-
you were doing that too. That's good. Yeah. 'Cause I was
And
like,
then
what
the
is
other
trance?
thing is you could use the since you'd be playing into these collies with that, you could use the Daiga. And you couldn't use the collie because you have to be at 4 for that Covenant to work.
And the Daiga is
But
what?
the
stock
Daiga
one?
is just stock 1 if you transcend the collie.
That's pretty good. Alright, so maybe I'll build that up and lose in the next video. I don't know if we're going to split this into 2 videos or whatnot, but that's really good. Do you maybe want to go over the Tamaki deck you built?
Yeah, sure.
Alright,
So
let me pack this away. Thank you.
we just have a bunch of ones, a few important ones, such as this one, which is the global 1K, and this one, which is just 8K on defense, and that. But then everything else is basically just
Yeah, all your members.
generic ones and such. So the ideal first turn would be to play a bunch of these in the front row.
Because these are what? Drop 1 from hand for 4K?
Drop
the top of your
part
deck.
for 4K.
Which
So
is amazing.
yeah. And then this is a good intercept late game, just because when it's beaten, the rest of the territory too, so it's a free intercept. They can't
Because they
stop
can't
it.
attack it, yeah.
Going into level 2, so we just have a whole bunch of those. Going into 2, we have these, just to wall up. I do like chancing into them, just so I get the 3 stop, because I'm only going to really use them as a wall for 1 turn.
So it's drop top, get 2k, so it's a 9 in effect. For
Yep.
free, okay.
So, and I really only use them as a wall for 1 turn or so, so I do like to chance it, so it's a 3 stock without using a gate afterwards.
That's really good, okay, okay.
And then the other level 2, which is 2 of, is the swap gate. And
Which
that-
is,
yeah.
that is honestly amazing.
Yep.
Because it's
then I
just
can
rested to swap,
rest
right?
to swap if I'm going first and I don't have that extra attack anyways. If I'm going second,
And
it's
you
still a
use
lot of
this-
times worth it to guard something in that one.
You use
one
this
guard
to
that.
and use this to line up unbroken gates, right?
Yeah.
So that you can put one up here and one here.
Yep.
So
So they have to beat break in order to get there, and that could be a 5 or a 4 or whatever.
okay.
Or
By the way, do you play 5s, 4s in this deck?
I play 2 5s. I'm not playing 4s right now. I'm not entirely sure if I want to. Or
Yeah,
not.
I haven't. A lot of decks I've seen that the way people play. This might be a Circle of Life type thing. Nobody swings on 4th gate with that unless it's their last attack, because you hit a 4, then you're out.
Yeah.
So why bother when there's that really great box topper? That's this one here, which is stock drop draw. So it's another draw. The draw gate, by the way, is really worth it in that the stock 3 gives you 3 stock, whereas the stock draw gives you a stock and a draw, which is 3, so it's in effect worth 4.
Yeah.
And the stock salvage, as good as that is, doesn't always
Oh, really?
work, especially early game. Getting nothing from that really, that's a pain.
And then the other really great thing that this is good for is early on I can put a 2 territory thing here, swap a gate here, and then they can attack the 2 territory thing unless they beat whatever's here.
If so, you're talking about people who break down the center?
Yeah.
It keeps people from breaking down the center. Okay. Is that... Well, I guess since it's a TransUnion, you have to play Dysphere or Yellow.
Yeah.
Rest, swap 2. Yeah, okay. Cool. And
then-
then up top...
Yep, and then level 3 we have 4 of this. That's mostly just for walling off at 3. Put that on 2 front gates, and just gets big enough that it takes more cards for your opponent to get over it.
And this is drop.
especially
It's an
early.
8, and it's drop the top for 2k. If it's a tactics, 3k. But
Yep.
it's still a 10 for free.
It's a 10 for free, and its logic drive makes it another 3, so 13
And then
for free.
as a counter to, or as a counterpoint to that is that the other 10k in the game costs stock. So on defense, you're pretty much getting 1 stock's worth of defense out of all these cards here.
And then the other one is this, which I actually more prefer for later on.
Yeah. Well, these show up in both the Brave and Renee Logic decks. They are 7Ks that get 2K if they are on a Unbroken Gate, which is a 9, and then the Renee one gets 2K cross turn. This one, or the Brave one gets 2K cross turn. This one gets 3K opponent's turn, which is actually can be better in the long run because you're going to win on attack anyway because of your soul.
And then this is 1K more than this is on attack, which makes the difference.
So you get to pick.
Yeah. But more often than not, I'll use this one, so that's why it's a 4 and 2. Level 4, we've got 2 of this, which is the salvage 2. It's probably
That's just the best. It's 2 cards. 2 cards for free. You pick up 2 aura, or you pick up an aura and a limit, or whatever. It's only TransUnion, so you can't get power, but who cares?
And then we have a bunch of 4s that have Paradox combo, get power on defense, which is really huge. And
What is it? Is it the 5K?
this one's the 5K. You don't really ever use the logic drive on that.
Logic drive on this is 7K if you have 10 Dyspheres,
Yeah, it's
but
really hard to get the 10.
right. And then it's Paradox combo in a battle for 5K. So when you play a Paradox, you get 5K out of it.
And then this one is Paradox combo for 3K. Both of them are only on defense, but this one's a little more useful overall because it's 3K to all Dysphere for its logic drive as well.
Okay, so Logic Drive, this gets 3K. If you're all Dysphere, then 3K to everybody instead. Okay.
And then lastly is this, which is the double rare. It's 4K to all Tamaki as long
Which
as they have
makes-
more Tamaki.
Right,
which
and that
is
makes
ultra
every
easy.
card, and that makes every member on every circle capable of getting into a real fight. So that happened in that game that I just got stomped in, where I had enough to survive one, but not the second one, and technically not the third one if stuff went down wrong, because you still had 1 limit to drop aura. Yeah, that was good. All right.
Yeah, because the 3 stock isn't really worth it until the last turn, but it just pushes so hard on the last turn, it's kind of crazy.
Right. Good stuff.
And then the 2 aura tactics, 2 aura up top,
Right out of the deck, right?
right out of the deck. And the power tactics is just 5K or 10K on defense.
Oh,
Because the
so
worst
this
thing
is not for the deck, which
Yeah.
would be the problem where 5K tactics that flip can get you in trouble on attack because you can obviate your 5K with a paradox flip.
Yeah.
But this is 10K, not a flip, right?
Yeah, it's only 10k on defense, so
But-
you can't use it offensively as effectively. It's a 5k if you absolutely need it, but on
But
defense,
it's amazing, 'cause-
10k because you can't accidentally flip a paradox.
Yeah, because one of the important parts of the game is last play. If you're attacking and you're tied, they have to go first. If you have the same amount of limit, you have the last play. So no matter what they do, as long as you counter it, you're good. Things like limit change that, where you lose a card from your hand to get more limit, but then you have the last play. This works the same way in that if they're playing in power, if they're either they have to switch it to aura, which takes a paradox out of their hand without taking one out of your hand, or it's 2 cards for 1, which then swaps around.
Yep. And then paradoxes are paradoxes.
combos,
this
right?
is the combo. This one actually has a combo with anything.
It's just
It's just
there.
it's just there, and then it's also 2k, which really helps with some numbers.
So
Sometimes.
this doesn't combo with anything. Is that just what's what you got?
Yeah, that's what I got. I don't really like the other yellow one, which is just 2 cards in level to salvage, just because it's 2 level cards for 1
Right.
instead of, I don't know, just level boost normally.
Yeah, I guess early game that would be good because it gets you a card in your hand without having to play one. You don't have cards in hand problems. So,
Yeah. But,
so given the chance, what would you switch that for? Another 2K?
I would probably switch it with another 2k, but there just isn't another 2k. So.
What does yellow have? That-
Yellow has this, 2 vanillas.
Oh, okay. And then the salvage.
salvager.
And since you just never use that, you don't put it in your deck.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, thanks very much, Ben.
I will attach another energy. Mario.
That was really good. That was really, really good. That was really, really, really good.